Right. So we're going to study about probability, right? I'm going to introduce you some rules of probability. So why study probability? Student will always say, why we study it? Because there are many situations that we cannot determine what will happen, and the randomness of the situation that may happen to us, all right, in a game, in an experiment, in our life, right? Probability, so it can be explained, means that, let's say, maybe for sir, last time sir may I have a choice that very hard to make. For example, am I going to go for STPM, right? Or I go for a teacher training college, right? So when I'm leaving SPM, so I try to think about these two choices here. So among these, I will think that if I taking STPM, will I go to a good university? Or I taking become a lecturer one day, right? Or maybe if I taking a teacher training college, will I teaching a primary school student, right? So this is many choices that we should make. What happen if I'm making this choice? What will it affect to my future, right? So if I'm taking pharmacist, it will change the direction of my life, right? So it's totally changed, right? So means that the choice, right? The choice, the randomness, the situation where we, so the randomness, and or we say that uncertainty, right? Uncertainty. We are uncertain. If I choosing a pharmacist, am I going to be a very success person, right? We don't know, right? We don't know. We wish to be, but we don't know, right? So just like maybe you become a doctor, will you become someone that famous as Tan Sri Dr. Noor Hisham? All right, we don't know, right? So it's very uncertain in our life. So the choice that we should make here. So mathematics have discussed, has tried to introduce a part of mathematics which is under statistics, is about probability, right? It's about probability. Probability is to help us in doing a decision for something that we based on the numbers, we try to read the numbers, and based on the number we try to do a decision, all right, based on all the kind of situation, right? So and probability is defined to be the number of events divided by the total possible outcome of a sample space, right? So for example, probability, the events of A divided by the events A, the total possible outcomes, all right? So and the probability is always defined by, is the value is always in between 0 and 1, right? Between 0 and 1. So means that if you have a line, right, to represent all this number, if the number is from 0 up to 1, this 0 actually is 0%, this is 100%, right? So means the middle here, then we have 0.5, right? The probability can be taken at any point on this line here, right? So this is a 50%, right? It will occur, right? It will occur. So if I said that probability of giving birth for a boy and girl, right? For a woman giving birth for a boy, or either a boy or a girl, yeah, a doctor maybe will say, oh, it's 50, the event will be 50%, right? 50% means 50, equally like. Maybe you giving birth for a boy is 50%, and giving birth for a girl is also 50%, right? So they will give you a number, maybe. So a cancer patient, that the doctor will say, oh, based on your situations, you have a successful recover after the treatment will be 15%. So what happened to the patient? It will be very sad, right? Ayo. Means that out of the 10%, I is just 0.15 of getting covered by the cancer. Means that recover from the cancer after the treatment, right? It's just 15%. What will happen to you when they tell you 15%? So it's tell you that you should prepare anything, right? You should be prepared. Anything that can happen to you, alright? So this, they tell you the percentage is to giving you something, telling something. If they say, okay, oh, you are 90% were recovered, definitely you were happier, right? You were happy, you will say that, oh, 90% I will recover, right? Or means most probably I can live longer, alright? I can live longer. So I want to take the treatment, right? You have decided, I want to take the treatment because the treatment will give me 90% recovery, alright? So this is very important. Probability is very important in doing decision. So that's why you see from the 0 to 1 here, there is a meaning, right? So if I said the probability is near to 1, right? It's near to 1, means that it's more likely to occur, right? More likely to occur. If I said that today 90% Kuala Lumpur will be raining, right? Means that most likely it will be raining by the weather prediction, right? It will be raining. So means that the number is actually telling us something here. And 0 is the probability that to tell you that it's impossible to happen, right? It's impossible to happen. So means that 1 is something that's certain to happen, right? Sure happen. For example, okay, sure happen. You sure sleep, right? In a week, you sure sleep at least one day. Sleep at least one time you sleep, right? Sure, right? So if they say the probability that human do not need sleep to stay alive, it's impossible, right? The probability is 0. So that's the meaning of probability, all right? After they study about probability, they implement more formulas and more complicated situation that define probability, all right? Which we're going to study later, right? So I just telling you that probability is defined to be the event, the number of outcomes, all right, of an events divided by the total possible outcomes, all right, which is the total outcome in the sample space. And probability can just taking between value of 0 up to 1. Right, after this video, I'm going to introduce you what is the important probability laws, or laws of probabilities, or the formula for probability that you should know in this chapter here. Right, hope you understand.